What's up, everybody? Trinity here. Welcome back to the Second Street Marvel. Here we are on another Wednesday talking about Moon Knight. This will be a spoiler discussion that I am going to be having a very special guest on. Once again, we're going to have Chillmonger on the show. But before we get into that, please make sure you subscribe, click the little bell, and all of that good stuff. And make sure you go check out my man Chillmonger. I will leave his links down in the description of this video. And as I said, we are going to get into spoilers right off of the top once we bring in our guest. I want to thank you all so much for being here. Don't forget, it's new Comic Book Wednesday. Tomorrow we will be talking, tomorrow's morning's live stream will be the morning after New Comic Book Day. But let's go ahead and bring in our guest and talk about Moon Knight episode 2. How are you doing, Chillmonger?
Spoilers, they suit up. Mark Spector fights. It's crazy. We told you, spoilers.
Yes. So what were your initial thoughts on the episode?
I had a good outlook on this episode. It built on what was established the prior week, and it's just more of, I guess, a mystery and more of an understanding of the two characters themselves. I'm kind of invested in the protagonist, Stephen Stephen Grant. Was it Stephen? What? Stephen?
Hmm.
Here I am telling you, I'm invested. I forget his name. It's Stephen
Yes,
something,
Stephen Grant.
but not Scotty. It is Grant. But like also, damn, that Mark Spector guy, he's a victim of his surround of what happened to him. He was on the brinks of death. Khonshu says, "Hey, I'm gonna keep you alive. You're just gonna become my avatar. You're just gonna become my host." As I shrink on the screen, but like, I think that the Khonshu treating Mark Spector that way, then threatening about his woman and threatening everything. Like Mark Spector is a very redeemable character and also someone who I want to cheer for. I want to succeed. I don't know if he'll get that in episode 6, but I want to follow him until he finally gets the, you know, achievement of I'm free from all of that.
Yes, yeah, I hear you, and I kind of feel that's what this episode really did that too. Kind of made you a little more invested in the character. I like how they're slowly unfolding, kind of I guess the mystery behind this character here, and definitely the setup has been pretty good. I will say I am disappointed about one thing, and that's Layla, only because we don't really know about her. She's not from the comics, and I'm kind of like, who is this? I feel like it's a replacement for Marlene from the comics, and yeah, I just don't know how I feel about that. But I also have a feeling that there's a little more going on there with Layla than meets the eye too. I'm thinking maybe she's not even his wife, and she probably just happens to be there by not happenstance, but probably has some other motives as well.
Ooh, we don't really know. I believe what she said. I was able to track your phone because Mark, you told me if I turn on the phone, I should track you. I'll take her word for it until proven otherwise. I don't really have any theories coming out of that. You have theories?
Um, no, I mean, none really that I can think of. I mean, other than I don't know, just like only because everything seems so suspect right now. Everything seems so suspect because mostly because we don't really know much.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, overall I did enjoy this episode, and I mean there's action in here, not a whole lot of action, but the action we get was pretty good, with him once again fighting the little creatures and everything, and then when he's falling out of the building and we finally see him as Mr. Knight, and he was a little goofy, admittedly.
Hmm. Now, here's the thing with the action. They did what they did in the first episode with a twist. Last episode, I remember every time some action, crazy stuff would happen, he'd transform. All of a sudden, the windshield is broken when Stephen Grant returns. Okay, that's one way to do it, and it's inexpensive. It's a way to show chaos and damage without putting the budget into the CGI effects. Wise, we're on a budget here. We're doing a TV series. While it is a high budgeted TV series, it is a TV series nonetheless.
Hmm.
But the way that they made having Moon Knight like fight basically an invisible guy, which is a dude wearing an all green jumpsuit, combating Moon Knight, basically holding on and pushing him and tossing him into things. That's all that happened. That was it. That was the trick. Okay. But it works. It fits because what the audience, or rather what the people, the population see is just a crazy old guy all in white reacting to things. What's his problem? We can't figure him out. And that's what they were conveying. So it was genius. It served the purpose of saving money, and it served the purpose of the story to give us that perspective. It was a camera trick by basically not doing anything. Wow, mind blown. So that's a smart little director that they have here so far. Or he's extremely cheap. I will tire of this by episode 6, but for 2 episodes they did it, the smoke and mirrors, and it fit the story.
Yes, yeah, and I do think, yeah, it was definitely. I'm sure some of it is partially for budgetary reasons, and there we go again. Look at that. I'm sure part of it is for budgetary reasons, and then I'm sure there's another part of it that is, well, I mean, like I said, just like from the comic books and everything, where he, in one of the particular runs, he's going crazy, like thinking he's seeing things, and he kind of is, and but then other people start to see it too, and he's like, okay, like, it's not just me. And I kind of feel like that's what we're seeing happening in some of those scenes and it works out for those reasons, like you're saying, like the budgetary reasons and everything like that as well. Um,
Hmm.
but so the show starts off, kind of, where we started the last one, and kind of where we left on the last one, where he's wakes up from his sleep, and finds he's at home and thinks it's all a dream, and goes and finds that, well, it wasn't all a dream, and he's in the security footage there. And
He really believed. He was telling the security guard, first of all, mate, my name is Scotty. Isn't Scotty, it's Steven. But look, what I'm about to show you, it's crazy. You got to prepare for it. And you can see by the build up that they were going to hit us with the, wait, nothing's happening. No, no, just you wait, you'll see. And it never happened. I kind of saw that coming, didn't you?
yeah, 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 absolutely. And I think, and I'm not really for sure, because, like, I feel like there's so much going on here in the sense of just things from the comic books where we're like, is he going crazy? Is this all really just happening inside of his head? What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, that's, you remember the Suicide Squad movie from 2016? The song they used in their trailer?
I don't.
Remember?
I don't.
Is this real life? Is it just
Mm-hmm.
fantasy? You see, we shit on DC. That's what we do here. And that that was a whack joke. I'm sorry. The punchline wasn't even rewarding, but thank you for laughing. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it's just what is real, what is fake. That's gonna last for a few more episodes. I'm sure there's gonna be another personality which is gonna be like, okay, what do I do? Maybe it'll be the taxi driver. Who
Mm-hmm.
knows? Or the cabbie, as
Well,
they say.
and I'm glad you bring up the cabbie as well. Just like, you know what? Because I was thinking about Jake Lockley in himself, that third personality he has, and I was thinking about in this episode too, particularly, was like, did they just reference Steve Lockley, Jake Lockley?
Mhm.
I was thinking that here in episode 2, but then I started thinking back on episode 1, like, did they reference Jake Lockley, one of his other alternate egos, in episode 1? And the reason I ask that is because when I feel like when we first see Khonshu in episode 1, when we first hear his voice, is like, "Get up, worm." I feel like at that point he already knows that it's not Mark Spector, but just the way he's talking to him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Khonshu said that. It's the idiot.
yeah,
Great. He
well,
said
and
something
that's the
like
thing.
that.
He's like, "Oh, get up, worm!" Like, he's already talking down to him, like it's not, like he knows it's not him. And then he starts talking. He's like, "Oh, great, it's the idiot." Like, okay, like, which, like, did he think it was Jake Lockley maybe instead of Stephen Grant? And
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. That doesn't really specifically say he thought it was Mark Spector. It was just, I know you're not Mark Spector and you were the other guy.
right.
Or yeah, Stephen Grant. Exactly. So that's a good way of
And
looking at
then
it.
there was another instance here towards the end of this episode, I think it was too, where they were talking, and Khonshu made a reference about, I thought you were gonna get this guy, you were gonna have this all under control, but it seemed like the Stephen Grant was the issue, but at the same time, I can't remember exactly how they worded it. It made it sound like they were also talking about maybe Jake Lockley being a third personality there.
Mm.
But yeah, and that's what I'm kind of wondering. So like I think we've also I think maybe allusions to all the different personalities so far, but and it makes me wonder then where Layla factors into that. Obviously, she knows Mark Spector, but I don't know. I just feel a little suspect of her altogether.
Because she wanted the scarab and she seems to know about the scarab. What exactly? You don't just meet a woman who wants a scarab and she's a fine and dandy woman, even marries you and whatnot. Yeah, I'm kind of confused with what she's all about.
Yeah.
We know that there these like emotional connections that are made are only to be torn and broken and go, oh, how could they turn on that person? So to start the series off, we already just skipped the whole like we're already in marriage and divorce mode. They skipped everything, the honeymoon phase and all of that. It's just straight we are now getting split up. So they have the relationship there
Hmm.
only to break it. That's why Peter Parker and Mary Jane, they got married, didn't they? And didn't they split them
Right.
apart? It's just the things they do for story writing. They're uncreative, and it's the same thing that gets repeated. But it's coming. The breakup between Moon Knight, Mark, and Layla.
Right.
What's Layla about? The fact that she was on some sort of heist mission in Egypt prior means that I think at the end of the episode they go to Egypt. I think she'll be here in Egypt also.
Hmm. Yeah. I.
We're not done seeing her.
Yeah, definitely not. And that's what kind of makes me feel like maybe she like if like say a lot of this is going on, like say he is in an institution, like it makes me feel like maybe she's just kind of part of it, maybe kind of trying to lead him on and like I said, being on his side, I guess. Perhaps. I mean, I could be wrong. It just feels so suspect the way everything goes. But she also knows so much about him too, which kind of like I don't know. I guess it's kind of all of these different mixed signals all together that they're giving with that one. Ultimately, it probably won't amount to anything other than
Oh, look at you! You've learned. You're just putting your toe in the water. Like, look, look, look! I made little ripples, but I'm not gonna dive in. Okay, good for you, Trinity. Look at you, all
the
evolving.
so God, there was what else?
Oh, we were at the part where he's looking
Yeah.
at the security cameras, and then Mark actually looks and grills it face to face, which means like this guy didn't transform into the Moon Knight suit, the cloak one. Didn't do it because then the cameras would notice it. He also doesn't break the cameras either because, for all of the security cameras know, an employee is walking in the hallway. That's all that he knows. So Mark is
Mhm.
with it, and that's a plus.
Yes. Yeah, and so yeah, and I also thought I was kind of curious about everything there too. Like when he goes to see his manager when he gets fired and everything. Like I was kind of like, what's going on here with this like it feels like the institution thing was supposed to mean something. Where he's talking about the doctors and everything, and like, oh, I can call him and get you in there, put in a good word for you, basically. Um, and then some of the other stuff with Arthur Harrow as well. I've kind of been like because he said that he was the avatar of Khonshu before, and now
Mhm.
Mark Spector is, and then
Was he immediately before, or was there some people
and
in
and that's
between?
and that's what I'm kind of questioning. Like how many has there been before, and was he really? Does he just know about Khonshu and he's
Yeah, he knows because he was repeating what Contra was
yeah.
saying. He's probably telling you about justice, isn't he? Yeah, he was definitely the Avatar.
Right, but I mean, it makes me wonder if he is maybe just the avatar for another, just for another god that does basically the same thing as opposed to actually him, as opposed to actually
Mhm.
Khonshu. But it was interesting too because they also said that, and I know this is where we're gonna get some of the at is Khonshu wants Layla as the next avatar.
He
Yeah,
threatened it. Does he mean it
right.
though?
Good point. Good point. You think he's just using that to manipulate Mark?
I
Think
think
so?
so.
Yeah, it could be. And it just makes me wonder because obviously we see we've got different avatars here, but that's also kind of what makes me wonder everything here, like getting into the gods and the deities and knowing that they're taking over these, different. They had these different avatars. Um, and what was it? They said the one of them betrayed. Was it Amit? That was
Amit was
betrayed by
Arthur's.
one of her previous avatars.
That
And
sounds right.
like when they started talking about some of that stuff, it really, really made me wonder about a couple of things. And going into this episode, it was some things I was thinking about in the first place too. Is something it seems like everybody's kind of forgot about as we've been going along here is these Egyptian pharaohs, and you know, we learned they were God. What was it? They were called the Ennead, and he was talking about how there was two missing and why they weren't there. And who are the two missing? I know Eric Voss did a video on that, and he was talking. He went in and did some research about that, talking about the different gods that are basically missing there. And I feel like something got forgot here in all of the shuffle and the mix of everything. But I kind of feel like maybe one of them, maybe it's changed from what he knows, because maybe reality has changed, because maybe it's Rama Tut and what's her name from there was in the Loki series.
Cleopatra?
Um
Oh, Sylvie?
no. Uh she was the one that was working. She was basically heading up the TVA there, that was always meeting with Owen Wilson.
Yeah, Gugu
Yeah.
Mbathu.
I
No,
can't
no.
remember I can't remember the character's
Um,
name all of a sudden though.
Gugu. We'll go with
Yeah, we'll
Gugu.
we'll just go with that. But her character from there, like she was obviously down with basically not the one above all, but he who remains.
He Who Remains.
So and I'm like, we seen at the end of that series how everything had kind of changed at the TVA, and we also know that in like in the comics, he went back in time and did all that stuff, but he was back in time as Rama Tut, one of his other iterations, and I believe she was there as well at some point in the comics as well, like assisting him and everything. And it makes me wonder if that's where they're maybe bringing some of that in. Maybe this is somehow related to Kang, perhaps.
Yes, they could somehow be related to Kang. That's how Moon Knight is going to be involved with everybody else. There's no other way like that's really gave its way out. Like there's no opening for it until I heard you say that. There was one little moment with purple magic when the jackal was being coming out of the
Mhm.
ground, and purple magic. Agatha Harkness was the only other one who used that brand, that color. So I was maybe opening that possibility up, but yours is better.
Yeah, well, and part of that too just gets me thinking these things, because of my other theory as well, which they give us even more to feed my theory, that a lot of this is celestial technology and stuff, like the little scarab and all of these things that are going on there, because I feel like which again comes down to Ramatep being there on Earth, back in the day with what he changed, and we seen in the Eternals where I mean, this is literally where they was like in this whole like the Fertile Crescent, this whole area in the where the pyramids were, where Babylon was, where
Mm,
Mesopotamia was. It's all there, like basically the birthplace of civilization is all there, and we're talking about these gods here and everything and the avatars, and like I feel like again it's just like the Eternals, where so many people were disappointed, and one of the things I say is it feels like the movie serves the larger MCU more so than itself. And I really start feeling more of that here, because we are bringing in like the Egyptian culture. We got the even like his truncheons that he had, weren't they golden? And
they
again, you can
were.
see more of the golden under the armor, the scarab once again. That's basically, we see, the MacGuffin here so far, that is going to lead them to where they need to go. Just like in Indiana Jones, something they didn't they even compare this a little bit themselves? Was it no? They Yeah, Fight Club and Indiana Jones.
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like that's what all of this is, and I feel like they're like with the lore and everything where they're taking it. is going to end up tying back to, like I said, that celestial technology and everything. And they're only feeding that more and
Okay.
more.
And that golden trim and even his golden weapons are gonna be blue and then red the next time we see him, and then anything to sell different toys. Moon Knight's gonna be in an all black costume one day, even though it's against the character who wants to wear white to be seen because he views himself as like, eye attracting your eyes so that the bad guys can attack you. That's what he thinks of it. We're getting a blue suit
Yeah.
anyways, a black suit, red suit.
Well, that was one other thing that I realized when I was watching this episode too that really kind of started to bug me because we really got to see the suit. And something I was talking about before as well was like originally like in the comics, I believe his colors were basically jet black and silver. And
Oh,
now that and that's what they were supposed to be. And now like we've got white and gold.
ah. Some people see white and gold. Some people say blue and black.
Right. And that's what I was kind of thinking when thinking like because like that shirt thing, right? The whole and I'm just like, man,
Yeah, what color was
yeah,
the dress? It
yeah,
was a blue and black when I saw it, and I think the answer was it really is
hmm
blue and black.
yeah.
Yeah, some people saw white and gold. I didn't,
Yeah,
never
it
saw it.
doesn't say that's what it made me think of. And what was it? There was there was just different little things out there like that that I don't know. But overall, I mean, this episode was really good. Again, like it's drawing me in the sense like I really feel like Marvel's hitting their stride here in these shows. And they've slowly been getting there where the storytelling is unfolding in a really fun way and natural way too, building these characters up as they introduce us to them in these series, which honestly really kind of gives me a lot of hope for Ms. Marvel.
Unlike me, because when I got to see that trailer, I said, "Ew."
What aside from her powers obviously being changed, what are you not feeling about the Ms. Marvel?
No, it is just the
It is
powers.
just the powers? Yeah. And I can completely understand that, especially because you were a fan reading Ms. Marvel books before uh, probably before they ever thought of bringing her into the MCU anyway.
And then all of a sudden, guys, we're doing Miss Marvel. I'm like, oh, you said it wrong. And then it's, look, I heard all the rumors, and I'm like, I'm not touching that. It's just rumors. There's no way this is true. And then it happens, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, we still got until June 8th. Well, I'm happy, kind of sidetracking from our conversation, but I'm kind of happy that the Kenobi series is going to move to Friday. I don't know if it's always going to be Fridays, but because they're moving to Fridays, it gives Kamala Khan her own day to have her own like spotlight so that the Eric Fosses of the world can do a breakdown video Easter egg type
Right.
thing for her.
Yeah. They're counting on him for that extra advertising.
Yeah, they better give him all 6 episodes in advance.
Yes.
Because if not, he'll be busy doing Kenobi stuff. And I'm sure that's where the money resides.
Maybe so. Maybe so. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say at this point.
Oh, everybody in the live chat right now, Mike Porter knows that Kenobi is what even an MCU shill like him will tell you it's all about Kenobi.
Yeah, especially over Ms. Marvel. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think it's gonna be. It's not gonna be on people's minds when they wake up in the morning. I mean, except for nerds like me. You know, like nerds like me. I'm gonna be up watching it when I wake up in the morning and all that stuff, and flapping my gums here probably with you on as a guest.
yeah.
But let's see. I can't think of what else there was in the episode to really talk about. I mean, like it feels like they gave us so much, yet so little. Once again, here, just kind of building more of that mystery, and it really, I think the whole thing is altogether like it feels like they're really just kind of trying to keep you off balance with everything that's going on, wondering, asking more
Yep.
questions here. And we finally did get a little bit of a glimpse of what kind of time frame we're looking at here. We definitely know this is post blip now because
How?
in the first episode, like I didn't see anything like in the ads we seen the GRC on the bus. I didn't see any of that in the first episode. So I'm sitting there like when does this happen? And in this episode, we finally see
Mm,
the bus that had the GRC logo on it. I think the same one from the trailer that actually had it on there. So I'm like, okay, so we are at least post blip, but then how much farther from there?
okay then. Yeah, it's just actually they don't probably need to ever say how much farther they are because they don't need to commit to anything just yet. We'll see how he integrates with whatever he integrates with next, whether it be a blade or what you were suggesting about
Mhm.
Loki.
And
Which with Loki, he happens outside of time, so you don't got to commit to anything
right,
there either.
right. And I feel like they gave us, I think in this episode, I think they gave us a couple of sweeps of that kind of London skyline night, even at nighttime, and it
Yeah.
made me feel like is any of this supposed to give us an indication of where it's at according to what we've seen in maybe like the Eternals, where they were there in London, like, and they messed up the town when they fought with that deviant.
Okay, Eternals happens the Deviant week after London. Yeah, yeah, they're in London. Far From Home happens also, but that's like months after the blip. Okay, what happens in Eternals, man? There was a little earthquake, and but there was no earthquake in this show,
Right,
so no, it's not the same time period as
right.
Eternals.
And so do you think this is before Eternals?
Nah, Eternals is about a week after Eternals dies. So no, this is gonna be after the
Oh,
Eternals.
was it a week after? Did it,
Yeah,
I can't remember I can't remember exactly like I like how they pinpointed that time.
when
Mhm.
all the people returned, and okay, this planet has now enough intelligent life, and that's when the Celestials started
Right,
to
that's
awaken.
right. So then that big hand is residing in the middle of the ocean right now.
Yeah.
That like that's like I was thinking about that too cuz like how freaky would that be to see in real life? Like could you imagine like especially if you were sitting there somewhere close to seeing something like that, but seeing and knowing that there's like a big hand, a big freaking being getting ready to be born out of the planet, and thinking of
Which was supposed to explode when they did the comparison and they did the example of this is how it's gonna happen. Boom, big explosion. When really it's like just coming out, ascending from beyond below the water. It was whack.
yeah, it reminded me of those. What were those? I'm not sure. Oh well, dang it. Surely they got to still have those things in Canada, even though you guys don't celebrate American Independence Day.
We do not.
But
No.
they
It's
have
funny
they
how
have
that
these little
happens.
things that are like it's like these little black discs, and they look almost like Smarties or something, but they look just like little maybe little pieces of charcoal. But you would light them on fire, and they would grow. It would just grow, and it looked like a worm, and it was growing out of the ground. That's kind of what it looked like. It kind of reminded
Oh,
me of
that's
that. It
interesting.
kind of reminded me of that.
So it's fireworks, right?
Yeah, it's well, I mean, it doesn't really do anything except for grow. So I mean, I don't know. They're weird little things, but
Yeah, that sounds really
yeah.
perverted.
Depending on what you green screened them on, so sure, sure. But I can't really think of what else there was in the episode. I mean, we still got mystery about his mother, if he's really talking to his mom, because
Weird.
even Layla made mentions like,
Um,
"Oh, you're talking to her again?"
yeah, and again, with a familiar connection, wife, that sort of relationship, mother, it's just something the audience can get into with a brand new character. We don't really gotta show us the relationship between them. Just tell them that's the mom, that's the all right, no, we you get it. So they're fast forwarding again with family. There is one thing I want to talk to you
Hmm.
about though, specifically Khonshu. Khonshu, when he appears, it's like the lights are flashing and it's spooky and he's there. Now he's a little bit closer, he's a little bit closer. Turn the corner. Oh, it's Khonshu from the back, and he's kind of looking over, peeking over. Okay, what's going on here? Khonshu, can you just appear wherever you need to? Because then I saw you also on the roof, kind of
Right.
watching and talking to Mark Spector. Mark Spector turns around. Now you're at the fountain. Khonshu, you can just appear anywhere, right? Stop walking to where you need to be. That last episode when he was on the bus, he saw Khonshu as one of the pedestrians on the sidewalk. And yeah, it was like, oh, when you contrast regular human people waiting for the bus to that, you
Hmm.
know, thing with a beak, skeleton stuff. That is freaky, but why? If he's trying to get to you, why doesn't he not just appear right in front of you? It's yet to be explained and actually cannot be explained now. It's just a straight up flaw. I can't imagine why. It's like when Luke Skywalker pulled up on young Ben Kenobi with a lightsaber. I don't know what possessed Luke to walk over to his little nephew and do what he had to do. It doesn't make sense. I don't think it'll ever make sense to me. Same thing with Khonshu to a lesser extent. But I don't get why sometimes he just appears right next to you. Sometimes he's like, let me just walk up to. Like do you teleport or not? What's happening with you, Khonshu? They need to fix that. Or too late not to fix that. They need to not do that again with Khonshu. Tell us who he is and what his powers are, and then we'll play and operate under those guidelines, under those rules. You set up the rules. Don't contradict yourself, because there are going to be fans like me who I can't wait to find a flaw. The way that Layla just kind of rolled up on the motorcycle and then appeared, I'm like, oh, perfect timing. They explained it later, and I give them credit for that.
Right.
But I can't wait to find a flaw with this stuff, because I take it
Well,
seriously. We take it more seriously than the creators themselves.
there's kind of a flaw there in and of itself. She tracked his cell phone, huh? And look, I'm sure they've got tracking on cell phones they've had it for a long time,
Well,
but she
Mark,
tracked that
Mark
old
said,
1998 Motorola Razor. Okay, it's probably like 2002, but
I don't know how, but Mark wanted her to track him, so he made it
yeah,
possible
that's true.
for
Yeah,
that
they did say that.
1999 phone.
Hmm. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess so. Maybe they put more. I don't know. It just seems weird because what's with the old phone? Why's he got that old flip phone? I think the flip phone just bugs me.
It's because you can remove the battery.
Probably so. Probably so. You can't do that on these phones these days. The government's watching you.
They are.
They are, but yeah, I was gonna say I can't really think of anything else in this episode really to cover. Just thinking because like I said, it seems like they're just planting seeds, and though I think they're gonna do that even through the next episode. I think finally episode 4 is probably where we're probably gonna see the kind of the climax before the show starts to wind down. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. Let's get
Yeah.
into the live chats and see what's up with everybody and what everybody's saying. If anybody has any questions or anything, please feel free to drop them there in the chats and we'll get into those. Let's see, we've got Reefer Man Reviews, my man Will Morgan. Mike, I am that shill porter. Due to reviews, Adam, my man, how are you doing? We've also got Jedi Mike. E equals MCU, Armand in the building. And Star Wars MCU OG, thank you so much for being here. And let's see, I think I've seen Keely Chow in here as well. Azora's Tiger Comics, how are you doing? I hope all's going
Hey.
well. And Jason from Polyhedral Paradise. Yes. Oh, and Ko Manga says yes. The government is watching us. Yes, they are. They are. Like I'm laughing, but it's like a laughter of like, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see what everybody is saying here.
Wayne told me to take off my Moon Knight hoodie, so
Oh,
happy.
okay, yeah. And you know what I was thinking? That's something I got to cosplay. We got to get that. Got to get that suit, right? Got to get. That's a fairly easy one. You just got to make a mask.
He's very cosplayable,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. His actual the Moon Knight suit probably be a little tougher, especially if you want it to be enchanted. Hmm. And I had a feeling too in the trailer. Remember they showed the enchanted suit wrapping around him suiting up. I had a feeling that was backwards, and we seen in the episode it was backwards, like it was him unsuiting.
Oh.
Which makes me wonder too about the suit, that damn enchanted suit. Where's it coming from? What's it doing? Where's man that
It's Riri Williams. She's like, if Tony can make nanotech, I can make moon tech. And she hooked it up.
maybe so. And you know what? And the other thing, like, yeah, we got more moon stuff. Remember Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Moon stuff. Is Steve Rogers on the
Ooh.
moon? Yeah, just a lot of the and then plus the Inhumans on the moon, or
Yeah.
like the X-Men on the moon, everybody on
There's
the
a lot of
moon.
moon. Yeah, Mark Spector is gonna have beef. He's gonna say, no, no, no. Captain America, I'm the real Moon Knight. Get off of my moon. That's it. You're trespassing on my property, and you need to leave. Bye. And then Steve's gonna be like, "Oh, I can do this all day." All right, fine. Suit up. Like,
Yes.
what kind of bad fan fiction is this? But yes, that's how it'll go. Over the name of Moon Knight. You can't live on the moon if you're not the Knight of the Moon. You can be Moon Captain, but you can't be Moon
Mm-hmm.
Knight.
Mike says, "I agree with Trinity. We consume too much MCU content. We live in a time when it's gone. We live in it at a time at the time, but when it's gone, we are into the next thing or wanting what's ahead. We
Yeah.
do we do need to dwell and enjoy what we have. Yeah, absolutely.
Like Book of Boba
Hmm.
Fett.
Yeah. What about it?
No, like we lived in the moment and we loved it, and we just stopped talking
Yeah,
about it.
absolutely,
I loved it.
absolutely. Well, I feel like the same thing even happened to Spider-Man: No Way Home. Like it was a big blockbuster, and like
Uh,
who's talking about Spider-Man: No Way Home now? Like,
because all there was to talk about was the cameos.
yeah, exactly, and like literally, like nobody's even talking about the crappy green screening that they did with Tony Ravioli.
I know you're not talking about crappy green screen right now. We're having the most difficulties
No,
ever, and
that's not green screen. That's just Skype and that's just Skype and OBS like being a piece of junk. And one of these days, I can't remember how they said to fix this thing, but there's a way. There's a way to fix this thing. Um, with getting it to stop doing that. Turning off and on and off like that, or like making you go all Ant-Man. But I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Hmm,
I'm gonna have to look that video up again. Let's see.
be better than the other videos you check out.
Right? How do you know that? You don't know what I'm watching, do you?
You confirmed it just by your laugh, buddy. We know.
Mr. Knight reminded me of Deadpool in a white suit. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah, because he was all just kind of silly and he's there like, hey, let's go. Like, and, and again, that's a Stephen Grant thing. And again, like, one of the things, like, I think we got confirmation of that crappy accent. We got confirmation that
That's what Adam
all
said in
made
his review.
it's just all made up because she's like, what's with that accent? Like even it's even bugging her. And it's like, dude, just drop the crappy accent. Um, it's not working for anybody. You're not fooling anybody.
He tried. He was like, "This is my ends, wagwan." I'm like, "Hey, that sounds like the London kids I see on TikTok and stuff." It sounds like it was a very accurate, specific to the 2023
Hmm.
technically, lingo that they have
Yeah.
there.
You know what? I had one other question. What's when they were at Arthur Harrow's? What's with all the people sitting around with the headphones? Weren't they all wearing headphones too, watching the video, and they got watching the dolphins and everything?
Yeah. Yeah, but they're screwed. They have the little tattoo thing here. They're well long gone. I don't even give them normal human being type of, humanizing. They're just off to the side.
Yeah,
What do you mean about that?
yeah, and like again, like a lot of this stuff, like I feel like it's going on in Mark's head, and maybe I I don't know. Maybe he is just in like this big institution. It's like like and he's going crazy because like even when he was in the like we seen in episode 1 when he was going to fight that creature there in the bathroom, you could see around him all of the little hieroglyphs and everything on the walls, kind of coming in and fading in and out and all that stuff. I'm like, where are they at? Where is this? Like
Uh-huh.
I feel like I'm going as crazy as Stephen Grant. Oh man. Um,
Mhm.
let's see. Yeah, yeah. Enjoy Wayne's videos. Absolutely. There's a link down in the description where you can go check out Reefer Man reviews. He just did a review of episode 1 and Jeff Lemire's Moon Knight. Yeah, good team up in the White Deadpool. Yeah, good team up in the future. Star Wars MCU OG says I enjoyed second episode. I like they just jumped into the story without 3 episodes of origins. Yeah, I feel like that's what they're doing is they're unfolding the origin here, which I think has been really good. Has been really good.
Yeah,
Suit is great, and the weak guy will definitely get stronger and fight more. Yeah, yeah, I think so. But I'm not even sure that he's known as being like a real brawler in the comics, though. Either, Mr. Knight. I could be wrong though. I haven't read enough of the stuff with Mr. Knight in there.
he was so pleased with his shot.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did it.
yeah. Um, let's see. I feel I'm missing out on a lot not having read the Moon Knight comics. Maybe a little. I mean, I think so far they haven't really done a whole it feels like once again the MCU is doing the MCU mystery meat thing. They've got a little bit of took a little bit of everything, they put it in there and they grinded it all up and they're serving us the MCU mystery meat. A little bit
Yeah.
of everything. Read my new name, yeah. Mike Moon Knight is that good Porter. Oh
I
man, that's
approve.
funny. Reefer says, Adam, no, I've read a little bit of the books. You're not missing anything. Not that I can see. I think the show is doing a good job of showing us who the character is without knowing from the book. And I think for the most part, I agree there. I agree with that for the most part there. Yeah, Moon Knight is that good, says Armand. Yeah, yeah. And guys, if you guys aren't subscribed to Equals MCU, you guys got to go check out Armand's channel. Go subscribe to him. Does some very good videos talking about all of the MCU nerdy stuff that we all enjoy. One emoji of all the Myrtle Mania. We'll get there. Well, I'm like that's gonna. I don't know that we have that many slots, but we'll get there. I need pictures though. I need pictures. Yeah. Ahmet. Yeah. Future keep Mark for now. Let's see. Steven was annoying when he wouldn't let Mark take over the body. Yeah, especially when like he knows he's gonna get his ass handed to him, but he's also like just like such a weenie. He just wants to be out of it, you know. That's also not the Stephen Grant that I know from the comics. But I feel like again that's something he's probably gonna grow that into later in the series. Okay, yeah, Ravonna Renslayer. There we go. Zora's doing it. Yeah,
Ah, thank you.
Renslayer. Yes. But yeah,
How'd I forget Renslayer? That's a very
it
memorable name. I went with Gugu, and I remember that, but not her a character
well,
name.
it's okay. It's okay to remember her name overall. At least we knew that much. I haven't really seen her in a whole lot of stuff, but I think the stuff I've seen her in, she's been pretty good. I know she was in that TV show on Apple Plus. God, the morning show. She,
Does Apple Plus still
mm-hmm,
exist?
yeah, yep, yeah,
Okay, heard it.
yeah. Purple is used a lot in the MCU. Yeah. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, Wesley Snipes, is he going to be in Blade? He was in purple at the premiere, wasn't he? Or what's the movie premiere the premiere for Moon Knight I seen him at, where he was all dressed up in purple?
Whoa, what the hell's his business
Oh
over
man,
there?
you,
Is
you
a
didn't see the picture?
dimension gonna open up? No, he was at the Moon Knight
Yeah.
premiere. That guy's back in the Marvel family. I expect him now. Multiverse of
Let me see if
Madness.
I can find the. Let me see if I can find the picture here and show you.
If if they're doing something with Wesley Snipes' Blade, I don't get that one. When Jane Foster or Natalie Portman appeared at the Endgame red carpet, I was like confused. But then we see the movie and oh yeah, okay, they're using Thor: Dark World in that 2014 scene, 13 scene. I get it. This I don't. I can't explain this one.
um, let me see where we can see if we can get this put up here. Um,
I got the YouTube feed open too, where Lucas Text Gen Venger just
oh,
entered.
nice. Okay, let me see if I can get this share this somehow. Um,
Wesley Snipes is skinny now.
yes, he's looking a little.
I'm happy.
He's looking a
In these
little
COVID
older.
times.
He's looking a little older.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
what
I was
time
gonna say
does.
he's yeah, I was gonna say he's definitely. But yeah, there we go. I got it up on. Oh, come on, got it locked. Got it up on screen right there. Um, not sure if you can see. I can probably share my screen here.
I'll see it in a second because I'm on a lag. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm on Skype and the YouTube thing is late, a bit later.
There he is with his little his little pants all cut short, and he's got the leggings on underneath.
Oh,
It's not too out there or anything. It's just funny seeing that the pants cut off, and then he's got the leggings on underneath. Like, is he gonna take that? Is he gonna take that jacket off and go work out? Is he gonna go play maybe do some hoops?
are you sure that's not Don Cheadle? I can't really
Nah,
tell.
it's Wesley Snipes. Because I think the article here is what's it
Yeah.
say? It says in defense of Wesley Snipes' red carpet Bermuda shorts. Oh, I guess it was at the Oscars. It was at the Oscars. It wasn't at the Moon Knight premiere. It was at the Oscars.
Yeah, I see the little golden man
Yeah,
behind him. Yeah,
yeah.
it's the Oscars. What's he doing there too? I'm kind of confused. Was he presenting? Whoa.
Well, maybe Chris Rock called him in like, "Hey man, I might need you for some backup later." But anyway, I think okay. Let's see what else is everybody else saying. When the jackal was killed, it disintegrated into dust. Hope they don't do that with vampires in Blade. Yeah, that's a good question. What they're gonna do there with Blade? Yeah, I love Ethan Hawke. Yeah, Ethan Hawke is a great villain. He is. I just watched Training Day just the other day too. Um, yeah, he's a good actor, man.
Good villain, even though he's a vegan, which is a very admirable thing, not to be eating animals and getting vegetables only. But I saw him do some crazy ass stuff like walking on glass. So no, he is a villain.
Sorry, something's going on outside. I'm like, what's going on out there? They even did the whole
Oh,
spaceship buried under the Sphinx paw. What do you mean? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, he's talking about when I was talking about the Ramatet stuff. Yeah, the new Moon Knight hot toy is amazing. I haven't seen it. What? I haven't seen it. Jason says, "What's up?" Oh, the dress. I'm like, oh man, thing. Get that thing shot there. Kitty Chow's in the building. Says my 12-year-old daughter is gonna love Ms. Marvel. Probably so. Yeah, probably so. I know my kids are. They're gonna probably love it.
and make sure you tell her how to pronounce the word. It's not Miss Marvel, it's Ms.
Right.
Marvel.
Yeah. And you know what? I see everybody. Even you know what? Even Kevin Feige does it. Even Kevin Feige does it. They all do
Yeah.
it. They don't know. But and the
Uh,
funny thing is, like, there's a difference. You gotta learn the difference. There's Ms., Mrs., Miss, Ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
madam, madame. Even madame and madam are different. There's one you don't want to be called.
should I ask?
Oh, madame is fine, but madam is like, ooh, what do you do at night?
Oh
Madam.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. So back Kenobi.
By the way, I can still see your screen, like the mouse is moving on the DM where it says ready.
On the. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so don't open up one of those websites we were talking about you visiting earlier.
On the. On the sharing. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. No.
It's only on the Skype version. It's not on the
Yeah.
YouTube
I was
feed.
saying that. What is that? Like, no, I took it off. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah. There we go. There we go. You won't have to see any of my. Yeah. Thinks he's one of the Moon Knight's IDs. Nice. Oh, yeah. The charcoal snakes. Yeah.
Got you.
See, he knows about the charcoal snakes. He's trying not to get to him. He's
Charcoal
trying to
snakes.
remind him that he's always watch. He's not trying to get to him. He's trying to to be trying to be a remind that he's always watching. Yeah. Still pings off a cell tower. Yeah, yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. Good point. Burner phones can be bought as flip phones. Steve Rogers gave Tony Stark a flip phone. Yeah, but that was like a decade ago. I was like almost a decade ago. 5 years.
I think by then though, flip phones were kind of phased out. We had smartphones and it was very
Yeah.
common in
Oh yeah,
2016.
absolutely. Yeah. For sure. It's coming from the Scarab. Damn, what was coming from the Scarab? Azora's Tiger says, can't wait to see Mark Spector take control of Mjolnir and beat up Thor with his own hammer. Ah, ah,
Uh,
ah.
they prostitute Mjolnir. Everyone gets to
Yeah,
lift it.
yeah. I wouldn't doubt it. I hate waiting for new episodes. You know what? I like waiting for new episodes. Like I don't like the whole like put them all out there and binge it all. I'm not into that. I'm not into that. No, no, Adam.
Especially as a YouTuber, you want to be able
Yeah,
to have weeks
we
of
need
content.
content. Yeah, Moon Knight is pretty brutal later on
Oh,
in the
yeah.
comics, not so much early on. I don't know, like
Okay.
the Moon Knight comics, like they start off pretty like maybe not him so much, but like they're pretty brutal altogether. Like even when he was introduced, like he had the gold spikes on his gauntlets, and when he was going after the werewolf by night, like it was pretty crazy. It's pretty, yeah. Normies are really going to love this version as they learn about Moon Knight, says Jedi Mike. Yeah, I think so. Lucas Takes Adventure says, "What up, everyone? Just want to stop by and say what up. Got to get back to work." All right. Yeah. Wesley Snipes is skinny now. Purple shorts and leggings combo. Yeah. Yeah. What? What the hell? I knew Wayne would like that. I knew Wayne would like that. Wesley Snipes was able to get
Yes.
slapped for his
He
shorts. Oh man.
it's those gimp suits that they had in Grand Theft Auto.
Yes. But anyway, that's all I've got for today. I don't have any other thoughts about the episode other than if you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. I think this is actually shaping up so far. And you know, I feel like I say this about each one, but like it's only held true for maybe the Hawkeye series that I feel like this one could be MCU's best show that they've done on Disney Plus so far.
That's a possibility. Just like Hawkeye was, I was like, look, I see it, I see the light, I see good things. But then the rest of the series happened. But look, 2 episodes in, I am with you, Trinity. The potential is there to knock it out of the park.
Yes. Definitely.
I'm running the base.
Definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
So, do you have anything else you want to plug before we get ready to get out of here today, Chillmonger?
I stream every single Saturday, as your viewers know. Oh, I'll plug K Dot. I bet K Dot's still streaming right now. So let's go visit SSJK Dot Sanctum.
Yes. Yes. Make sure you go check him out. He started at the same time. Well, actually, he started before I did. We're here messing with the NDI and messing with Skype and everything. But make sure you go check out my man Chillmonger. Go subscribe to his channel. Links down in the description. Most of you that are here probably already are, but make sure that you go do that. And make sure you show up Saturday for his 33 burning questions. That's all I have for today. You all have a very good day. And make sure you stay subscribed to the channel, get the notifications, all that stuff turned on. Should have some new comic book reviews getting ready to come out today, as well as tomorrow morning. We will be doing a live stream talking a little bit more about those. But you all have a good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.